Hi and welcome back. So we're going to do a bit of a tutorial on how I've built my Voyager app so that you can go ahead and make your own apps. I tried doing this last night and it got really long and not deliberately. So what I've decided to do is I'm off to do this in two parts. I'm off to do a part one where I'm going to show how I've built up all the different screens. Why this is important is with the MIT App Inventor that I've used as my software to build on, you would normally build up umpteen screens and swap between them in the code. But if you're using Bluetooth, every time you swap screen, it drops the Bluetooth connection and then you have to reconnect. And I don't know about you, but that is very quickly going to piss me off if I've got to reconnect every screen. So what I've done is I've only used one screen and I've built everything on top of each other just by making it visible or not visible. And then in the code, I call the different segments. I've built up a total of essentially 10 different screens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 screens, and there's 38 buttons used in total going back and forward. It sounds a lot and sounds complicated at first, but believe me, it isn't. Give an example. At the moment, we've got the Voyager front screen on. If we turn that off, let's just go to tactical and turn that on. Everything becomes visible. It looks funny because the phone size from when this app inventor was done, phones were much smaller, the screen sizes, or less pixels. So the way I've done it is, if we go into a button, I've had to actually manually put in its X and Y alignment so it shows right on my phone. But when we're going over the build screen, I will show you how to do this so it'll just plug and play on any phone. It's because of how I've wanted to have the screens that I've had to do this. So I will load up a blank page and we shall get cracking on building up the screen. So just give me a minute while I load that. Okay, so we're here with a complete blank. We've only got the one screen and nothing in there. So the first thing we need to do, there's user interface where there's buttons, checkboxes, data picker, image, label, list picker. We have media so we can draw in from other places, drawing an animation. We're going to use the canvas a lot, and how I've done it, we'll use image sprite, but I will also show how to do it with the canvas and to put buttons in. So let's go to drawing an animation and pull our first canvas over. Let's rename this. So let's set our background color to black. Background image, load file. And I've got a number of different things that I've designed for this project. So we go with Voyager logo. We load that in. Set the height. We don't want it automatic because it'll go outside the screen. So put it to fill palette on height. And the same on the width. And that's it for the first screen. So our next screen is where I do access and connecting to the Bluetooth. So we pull in another canvas, down to the blue line, let it drop. You can see that's nudged that up now. But if we go to front screen now, turn off visibility, back onto this canvas, and we've turned it on. So we will name this. So we'll set our background colour to black again. Then we keep everything all the time. We're always going to use background colour black, and it'll keep the screen looking neater. So height, this time we want it 85%. Width, fill palette again. Image this time, we'll upload a new file. Pick our graphic. And we have access granted. Now here we're going to be where we're connecting to our Bluetooth device. So we need to go into layouts, pull out a horizontal alignment, pull that to the bottom. Because we did height at 85% there, we're going to do height at 15%, our width at fill palette with no image. We then want to be able to select our Bluetooth. So for this, we must use list picker. Bring that down. We'll rename this and we're going to keep the font size at 14, enabled, height 15%, width, fill palette, item text colour we'll keep to white, and text we will just put in connect. So in the middle of the screen now we just have this comes up. Text colour we will set to white because that'll be on black background. So now if we go back to access, turn that visibility off just so we have the space. Back into drawings and apps, pull another canvas, make that invisible, background colour to black, height, fill palette, width, fill palette. You may be getting the idea now that we're doing the same all the way through. Upload a new file. And this time we'll use the screen I've used for ops, because this is the way I did it with image sprites. The next we'll repeat this screen and we'll do it with buttons, and then you'll see the two different ways. So we'll open this. And then we're going to use image sprites. So we'll pull our first image sprite in. And we could just go on top of the canvas with the image sprite. If we were using buttons, the buttons will go underneath and push this up, which is why I'll show a different way to use the buttons. So we'll delete that for now. Image sprite, height, these are as big, so we'll set these at 75 pixels, width we'll set as 75 pixels as well. Picture, we'll upload one. I'm not going to do the full thing, but we'll use tactical's a good one. We'll do and we'll put a second button in. I'm not going to do everywhere, but so we'll put the second one underneath. We'll just do 2 examples. Picture, upload one, choose file. So we have our engineering. Now, when this goes to your phone, you will need to reset the X and Y coordinates on both these just to make it fit in position to fit your screen. And we'll rename that so obviously I've put 4 buttons in here, but you don't need to see the full build. So let's build this again, but this time we'll use the button functions. So bring our new canvas over again, back to ops, turn it off. So this time we're going to take our ops screen, but just the top of it. So you can see I've cut out that side, all that bottom part. This time we will set the height at 40%. Width, fill palette again. And now we have to come into layouts. So you'd have 60% left there. I'm using 4 buttons, so it'd be 15%. I'm only going to put 2 in, just to give the idea. So you need to bring a horizontal alignment over, set its height to 15%, its width to fill palette, no image. We then come into user interface and we want a label. So we're going to set that to black, height 15%, width, fill palette, no text. Then we're going to bring a button over. Background colour's already set. Leave the font the same. Height again, 15%. Width again, fill palette. Image, we will use the same image we used last time. We will turn off the text. Centered and visible. So now we need to bring in another label. This is why it's so much. It's harder this way, but it will automatically fit your phone screen. Let's turn off the text. So then we need another horizontal alignment. we set up this exactly the same. As you can see, there's a lot more work in the long run to actually doing it this way, but it will automatically fit on your phone screen. So there's pluses and minuses to both ways. This time we will just bring the button in, upload a file this time. So this time let's just pick, we've got more than one colour oval, yeah, we've got a red oval. So this time we'll change the text. Then again, we bring another label in. And you can see how much more work it took to put two buttons in, but we have the same result. So let's now, I think we will do the engineering screen, because this will show that you can't use the buttons for how I've done the engineering. So let's bring a new canvas in. That's 2. Let's make that invisible. The annoying thing is we have to turn off all these alignments as well now. So going to black, background image. We're going to use the warp core. Height, fill palette again. Width, fill palette. And how I've done this, because I've used that, press here, goes to warp. If you press here, it comes back to impulse. So we just bring an image sprite in. We have this. I've made it quite big because I don't know about you, but as I get older, my eyes aren't great and I have fat thumbs. So made it quite large over the button, over where I want to hit. But we don't want this visible. So that won't show up on the screen at all when we use it. And the reason we've done it this way, there's no other way to put a button over that, over the other one. So this is where the image sprite works over a full screen where the buttons don't. Did we put in our Bluetooth client? No, we haven't. Doesn't matter when we add this. You need connectivity, and we must add in our Bluetooth client. That just shows underneath, it's not visible. So I hope that helps how I've built the screens and shows you the pros and cons of the two ways of doing either buttons or image sprites. Next time I'll show how to actually build up the code to sort of recognise all these buttons and everything and flick between the screens. So thank you for watching this part. If you found it helpful, like and subscribe. If you want me to explain something more, leave a comment below. Always happy to try explain things. But thank you for watching this time. Keep trekking and keep modelling. Thank you. Bye bye.